Welcome to Chiaroscuro, the art of living life. Blah, blah, blah. I'm stuttering a little bit today. Please forgive me. Today we're going to go over what you can do to start 2020 off with a bang. What energies can you embrace or mindsets you can adapt so that you can use the momentum of the energy of a new year to propel you forward in the direction that you want to go. We have 4 decks to choose from. Choose which one you are drawn to. Deck number 1 is a raw amethyst. Deck number 2 is a amethyst geode. Deck number 3 is a dark polished amethyst. And deck number 4 is another polished amethyst. Choose whichever one resonates with you. At the end of this intro, there will be a picture that kind of shows more of a close-up of all of the stones, if that helps you at all. Timestamps will also be listed in the description below so that you can fast forward to the deck that resonates with you instead of having to watch them all. Please keep in mind, if this is your first time with me, the energy of this may not be time specific. This could be energy that is moving out of your life you're currently in, or something that will shortly be coming your way. And just because I post this video now, if you watch this 6 months later, it still could be applicable as long as you were drawn to watch the reading. Energies, if multiple people are involved in the readings, the energies could be vice versa. So if I say, for instance, maybe some other person is behaving a certain way, it could actually be you. So just take that energy however it resonates with you. And thank you for watching. I appreciate your support. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you think somebody else would like it. It helps support my channel and lets me know that I'm doing a good job as a reader. And thank you for watching. I love everybody watching. We are going to move on to deck number 1. If you chose deck 1, which is the raw amethyst stone, this will be the reading for you on how to start 2020 with a bang. So let's see what's going on here. All right, with this card, compassion. Perhaps you're weary. Perhaps, you know, I'm drawn to this figure laying down on the ground here. You're tired, drained. Perhaps that's where your focus is. When there's a new path opening up for you. And this card's called compassion because either you need to give some compassion to yourself, let yourself heal, or there's an element of guides, there's an element of assistance here, divine guidance, so to speak, where if you just were to look outside of your own discomfort, there's actually a way forward that is full of light, and it is the way for you to go. Right now, I suspect your focus is on the fact that you're tired. Tired, worn out, drained. Maybe feeling hopeless is, I think, too strong of a word, but there's kind of a feeling of defeat in a way, when you don't have to be. The things that have made you feel this way have brought you to this point, have been divinely guided to get you going onto the right path. So I think there may be a little bit of a perspective shift that needs to happen. Absolutely. Intention. Where your focus is, where your thoughts are, that sets your intention. Mind your intention. So if you're focused on the fact that you're tired and that you don't feel good or you feel defeated, that's what you're going to create, because you know, environment influences intention. I'm not saying that your environment is influencing your intention. I'm saying the environment as in your thoughts, the way you respond to things sets the intention for how things are going to go. So if you are sitting there thinking, I'm tired, I don't feel good, and just focusing on the fact that you're out of whack, out of alignment, you know, frustrated with the way things are, then that intention is just you're gonna bring more of that into your life. Right now, This is interesting. 2020 for you, deck 1. It's going to be a very interesting year, and your intention, your focus is going to be very, very, very important in 2020, because what you focus on is what you're going to get, and you are kind of masterminding your environment in a way, your existence, and so where you are focused is what's going to happen. So please be mindful of what you're putting out there. If you're putting out there worn out, exhausted, more things are going to come your way that are worn out, exhausted. 2020 seems like it's going to be a really big year for you. You're not getting enough rest. You're not taking care of yourself. In a way, this is like by going and going and going and going, wanting to help others, doing more, and not taking care of yourself. You're kind of falling on these swords right here. There's also an understanding, a higher understanding that you're not taking the time to achieve by doing, instead of taking the time by yourself to heal, to recover. There's a clarity of mind that is not present by continuing going kind of thing. Yeah, you are tired. You've got a little bit of anger going on here. I have a feeling what these cards are telling me is that you've got a betrayal here. You've got a sense of betrayal. I think that this is twofold. I think this may have to do with work here, or something that you're working towards. But there's a sense of betrayal. I think this comes from, one, you're wearing yourself out. It's like you're trying to get out of the situation. Perhaps you're looking for approval from other people, and in the process you're exhausting yourself. It's making you angry, because they're not giving it to you. You're depleted, and you're very, very focused on the fact that you're down, you're hurt, you're incapacitated, you've lost energy, you don't have clear thinking. As a result of this situation, I think this does have a little bit to do with other people, and in a way, it's, if somebody's hurt you, if a situation has hurt you, possibly for a good portion of you, I think this is going to have to do with work. Because I am getting some pentacles here. Moving forward, creating stability for yourself. Work and finances. I think in a way, what you're looking for approval. You're working so hard to gain this approval. In addition to gaining this stability, this security, and in a way you've self-sabotaged, you've overextended yourself, and you've also put yourself in a position to be hurt by others. Because if you're looking for approval, and that's why you keep doing for others, you keep helping others, you keep, even when you don't feel good, you're still pushing through it, even when you need to be taking care of yourself, you're still pushing through it, and there's some anger here. There's anger and frustration because you're tired, you're not taking care of yourself, you've sacrificed things for other people's approval, you're looking to get up, to move up, so to speak, and you're looking for approval, you've exhausted yourself trying to get it. As a result, you're angry. So in a way, there's a dual self-sabotage, because you have overextended yourself, which is your choice to do so. If you're tired and you can't, then you need to say no, so there's an aspect of you betraying yourself in this particular situation. But I also think that you do feel betrayed by others, that perhaps they haven't validated what you have done for them, and you're paying the price because you did more than you could, and now you're paying the price. Hence feeling so exhausted. I really feel like this has to do with other people and how you interact with other people, possibly in a work situation. This really feels like work. Yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, if your intention, at least in the past, you know, it's been set on pleasing or, you know, getting this approval from people. This feels a lot like, perhaps you didn't value yourself. There's a feeling of being out in the cold. You know, a feeling of rejection. And I think you overextended yourself because you didn't want to feel that feeling of rejection. You wanted to be accepted. But it's backfired in some way. Because ultimately, your feeling of value should come from inside and shouldn't be dependent on bosses or coworkers or somebody that you're working with. And though you've plodded along, you know, you've done what you could, you've done what you needed to do, you did it at the expense of yourself. And so you've betrayed yourself by doing that at the expense of yourself, and the people they can't know what you've done. Do you know what I mean? Nobody can possibly understand what you have given up. You can try to explain it, but why would you justify yourself to somebody else to seek their approval? You know? Nobody. So you're never going to feel the appreciation that you need, that you're seeking in this situation. You know, you're feeling this lack. It's making you very angry here. And so it was inevitable that you would feel betrayed by them. Almost unavoidable. But now you're tired, okay? So this situation here, moving into 2020, really needs to be resolved. One, I think you need some self-care. There's some self-care going on here, and you need to move your head out of your own suffering, we'll say, your own misery. Get out of yourself and look around, because there's a new path for you, a new way to go. And this involves compassion for yourself, perhaps for other people, or compassion from your guides. Let somebody help you. You know, if you're a spiritual person, talk to your guides. Let them help you. The universe, God, whomever you believe in divinely, wants to help you. All of this is happening for a reason, for you to go on this higher path. And 2020 is coming, and you can jump on that higher path and really work on where your focus is. Because right now you're just focused on the struggle and the strife. And if you continue to focus on that, you're going to continue to get more of that for 2020. It doesn't have to be that way, because there is the energy of something new for you. There is the energy of moving in a different direction that is good for you. I mean, there's an element of you are where you are right now because there's something you need to learn or a different path you need to go on, but you had to be here to get there. So if you're focused on the fact that there is something new, there is a new direction, and that all of this is happening for a reason, all of this is kind of divinely orchestrated so that you know your worth, you know how to validate yourself so that you're no longer a people pleaser, so to speak, to the point that you hurt yourself. You know, boundaries, your own personal boundaries, I'm feeling in this, need to be set and held. Balance. This card cracks me up because it says balance. The M is an N. And I feel like it kind of couldn't be more perfect because the M is like the weighing of the scale, so you have balance. This is the third eye chakra. That's what this color is. So perhaps there is a higher seeing you need to have in this situation. You know, you're very, very focused in a narrow way just on yourself, and perhaps you need to use the third eye to open up and really see what's going on here, that there's more going on than just what you're thinking and feeling. In addition, this has to do with a little bit being impulsive. You know, perhaps this position dangled something in front of you that you thought seemed really good, and you impulsively said yes. And as a result, you have neglected other areas of your life, other aspects. You know, your focus immediately went to that position, and either you've kind of not paid attention to your friends, not paid attention to your health, not paid attention to your dreams. All these other things took a back seat, and there wasn't a work-life balance. You just focused strictly on that position, and as a result, fell out of balance. All your life has fallen out of balance because you're only focused in one direction, and impulsively. You know, it's like getting an offer that, you know, sounds great, and you just say, yeah, I'll take it, and boom, you stop talking to your friends, you stop considering your health, all you do is that, and it probably didn't turn out the way you wanted to because balance was not in play. Interesting. So get in balance. Clearly you're not in balance. Clearly you're exhausted. And though there is an aspect of this that is your responsibility, that doesn't take away from the fact that you're exhausted and depleted. Please do not misunderstand me. You know, you are. Let's face it. And so what do you need to do to get out of that? There's a different focus. There's a shift in focus. And even a rebalancing in your life that needs to happen. Interesting. Facade. This is all happening in order for you to connect with your higher self. Even this has an aspect of that. This is the, oh God, I always blank on this name. What's the yellow chakra? That's sacral, solar plexus. It's your solar plexus chakra. This is disconnecting from an aspect of yourself. So you're not operating from your true sense of self. You've disconnected from an aspect of yourself out of duty or obligation in order to become something different to make other people happy. But you aren't you, and as a result, you've lost balance because you're no longer in balance with yourself. You've disconnected from your dreams, or maybe a childlike enthusiasm, because there's coming together with the child portion of yourself. But there's some aspect of you've disconnected from. And that's where a lot of this exhaustion is coming from. Because when you're not operating truly from yourself, you're going to meet resistance everywhere. It's just going to be exhausting because you're not truly in you. So, getting ready for 2020, you need to reconnect with this aspect of yourself that you've disconnected from and get some balance, work-life balance in your life. These two things here will be huge, because once you get the balance and once you reconnect with yourself, I think you're naturally going to feel more energetic. You're not going to feel so despondent. You're going to be able to look up and see the new path and the new light in front of you. So get ready for 2020, because there is a new direction for you to go. That is the true direction. You can't see it yet because you're out of balance and you're not fully connected to yourself. But by aligning, refinding that part that you've disconnected because you've done too much for somebody else. You wanted to be what they wanted you to be, but you're you. It doesn't mean anything's wrong with you if they want you to be something else. But it isn't a way to live, to disconnect from yourself to make somebody else happy. There's duty and obligation in here. And perhaps that got carried away. You know, maybe it was a slow, incremental thing and you didn't really realize it was happening. So really, until 2020 hits, the way to start it with a bang, line up with yourself. Get that work-life balance. You know where you want to go. Be aware of where your intentions are. And take that path. 2020 has the ability to be full of light and not full of exhaustion. A new direction that's lined up with yourself in a very, very beautiful, harmonious way. You just got to watch your intention, watch your work-life balance, and reconnect with that aspect of yourself that you have disconnected from. And stop trying to please people. Be yourself. Don't change yourself for somebody else, because you're going to end up disconnecting part of you, and you're you know, it's going to hurt you. It's inevitable. This is really powerful. I'm telling you though, you may not hear this right now because I know that you're in a dark place. But part of this channel is understanding the purpose of that darkness. If everything was comfortable, you would never learn. This situation is here for you to get lined up with yourself and go on a totally different path that resonates with you, that is full of light, that is full of what you want. It's teaching you about work-life balance so that you can take this path and keep the work-life balance. You may need to make some amends, either in your health and if you cut out other people, you know, see family and friends might be upset with you. Make some amends with the areas that you have neglected, including yourself. You know, you don't really have to make amends with yourself, but just feel it, engage with it. Feel in your gut. Solar plexus, it's in your gut. That's where I think intuition lies. You can feel in your stomach where the right way is for you. It's part of the emotional guidance system. Think, feel it. You know, imagine a scenario and feel it in your gut. Yay or nay. It's going to feel good or it's not. You know your answer then. And you're going to need a little bit of a higher perspective here. Because right now you're just wallowing in what's going wrong when all of this has a purpose. This is all orchestrated to get you on your right path, to get you going where you need to go. And you can open that energy up in 2020 if you do the right stuff. Realign with yourself. Get some work-life balance. There are some amazing things for you. You're not seeing it because you're laying on the ground wallowing in your tiredness. But there's more for you. There's a different direction. And you know that direction. You just have to look up. You have to look outside of the trouble that you're going through. Ooh, this is really magical. 2020, let me tell you, can start with a bang for you. If you do this stuff, oh my gosh, you're going to go in a direction that you've never considered before. Things will just work. As long as you're aligned with yourself, balanced, you're not going to deal with this anymore. This is all here to teach you, and you have the opportunity to learn that lesson and get going in the right direction. That discomfort is coming up because it's no longer a viable direction for you anymore. It's time to shift gears. It's teaching you what you want and what you don't want. It's teaching you where you need to realign with yourself. That's the higher perspective. That all of this, though uncomfortable, is completely necessary for you to level up and for you to go in the direction you're meant to go. So congratulations. I know you're not feeling it. I hope this reading helps. But deck number one, you 2020 can really be a new path of light and awareness and what you want and manifestation. Set your intentions. Know your intentions. Make sure your behaviors, your thoughts, everything matches those intentions. Ooh, and 2020, let me tell you, it's going to be a bang for you. Oh boy. If you do the work, you reap the rewards hardcore. Anyway, deck one, thank you for watching. If you like the reading, please let me know below in the comments. Like, subscribe, share the video, and thank you for watching. We're going to move on to deck number two. If you chose deck number two, which is the Amethyst Geode, this will be the reading for you on how to start 2020 off with a bang. Interesting. This card's called Adventure. Perhaps you need a little bit more adventure in your life. Or perhaps there's a new beginning coming in 2020. Ooh. There's an aspect of also in this card, New experiences tend to show us more information about who we are on a soul level. You can learn more about yourself by doing something you've never done before. And it's fun. Adventures are fun. Second card, peace. This is about finding inner peace. Perhaps yoga, meditation, there's an aspect of stillness that needs to be cultivated here. Perhaps you're not used to being still. Maybe you go on too many adventures and you're not used to being still inside. Or go on the adventure of finding the stillness within you. The answers usually lie within yourself. You know, cultivating inner peace is something only you can do, because peace is not dependent on your surrounding, it's dependent on you. And as soon as you make peace unconditional, that inner peace is no longer conditional on external forces, you will always have inner peace. Yoga, meditation, and for some in this card, an aspect of maybe volunteering or helping somebody may actually help you achieve that as well. Because there's multiple figures in this card. But it's funny, adventure and peace. You don't think that they would necessarily go together, but I think this is more of an internal thing. Perhaps you want both, and there's nothing wrong with that. Perhaps you feel at peace when you're on an adventure. Still, you need to develop that sense of peace within yourself and not have it be dependent on going somewhere. Or perhaps there's a new start. You're seeking a change in your direction, when you don't really know how it's going to go, and you need that inner peace, that inner stillness, the ability to listen to yourself in order to progress forward in it. Deck number 2. There's fear. I'm seeing some fear here. Fear of the past repeating itself. The unpleasant things of the past repeating itself. You're definitely focused on the past. Queen of Swords reversed. And here, well, the way that I see it when it's laying on the ground, she's looking in the direction that I consider the past. And it's got her upside down. You know, the ability to see clearly, to think logically has kind of gone out the window. Because she is reviewing unpleasant things from the past, and it's gotten her, or maybe something's reappeared from your past that was unpleasant, and it's got you upside down a little bit. You know, we have facing, this is the unpleasant past. This could be childhood trauma. This could be somebody who maybe once you thought was a lover, and it turns out they just hurt you. You thought maybe it was a soulmate connection, but it turns out it wasn't. This is facing the past, facing the fears. So there's definitely fear coming in here of the past repeating itself. I don't think it's going to. I mean, it's like the creepy crawly here. It's coming out of the water. Something you don't want to face has come up. Or perhaps there's a new direction, and your new direction. Oh yeah, I didn't even check out those cards. Whoa! There is a new direction of power, personal power for you. But you are afraid that the past is going to repeat itself. You know? You don't know what this new opportunity, where it's going to take you. And in this card, Spirit of Adventure, she doesn't know where she's going, but it's okay. She is excited by the journey. Not fearful that the past is going to repeat itself. Just straightforward, looking forward, excited for the journey, excited to fly on this butterfly. Maybe she's never flown on a butterfly before, but she's about to go somewhere on a butterfly. You know, that in itself, it's like, look, her eyes are even down, looking at the butterfly. It's the journey, the vessel, the travel. Where it goes, she doesn't even care. She's riding a damn butterfly. and she's going to enjoy that journey. There's definitely fear of the past repeating itself, and that is causing you stress. It is preventing you from having that feeling of inner peace that you are looking for. This is very, very interesting. There, you know, this is a success. This is also, you're going in one direction. There's one focused, when I see this upright there, you know, in the chariot, the charioteer has managed to corral all of the different forces in him. You know, maybe this black sphinx is the fear, this white one is the excitement of going in this new direction. No reins involved in this. Through willpower, through his simple desire, he has focused these to go in the direction that he wants to go. He's making both work for him. He's not kicking fear off to the side, but instead he's facing it and using it. Fear does not have to incapacitate you. This is learning from the past instead of fearing it. You know, any mistakes that were made, any discomfort that was made, learn from it. Don't repeat. It doesn't have to be fear. It can be awareness of what has happened, but you know that it isn't going to happen again. He's going where he wants to go, and he's going to be successful at it. Through willpower, diligence, hard work, focus, the charioteer goes where he wants. So, really wrangle that focus for 2020. You're really going to have to wrangle your focus because you want this Queen of Wands. This is a charming, charismatic person, really good with other people. This is a leadership position. You may or may not be a woman. This is the feminine energy, you know, of the queen here, but you may not necessarily be a woman. It's just this particular type of energy, you know. The queens are cups. They're nurturing, love, supportive energy. And with the suit of fire, it's going to be, maybe you're helping other people tap into their passions. Maybe your charisma livens people up. There's an aspect of leadership here, focusing the passion and the soul and the, you know, those kind of things that you really, really care about. You're moving from this position of fear, looking at the past, being out of balance, you know, not using your head, not being able to see clearly, to this position of leadership and power and nurturing and caring and, you know, the Queen of Wands is funny. You probably have a sense of humor. Use it. I'm getting a big vibe here of helping other people. Perhaps the direction that you want to go involves helping other people, but fear of the past, you know, perhaps you were young and you didn't quite know how to help other people in the past and it backfired, but you're not in that position anymore. This is the energy that's swirling around you. This is not the energy of failure. Combined with this is not the energy of failure. Learn from the past, but don't fear it repeating. You're going in a new direction. It's going to be fun. Passion is involved here. Do what makes you feel passionate, you know? If it makes you feel upside down and like you can't see forward, you got knots in your stomach and your mind is spinning and your emotions are out of control because you're afraid of the past, that doesn't feel good. That is not what a leader does. You got this in you. 2020, you're going to be embracing that. That is blast off, is what this is. This is, I get my head on straight. I quit fearing the past. I quit fearing my mistakes. I focus on what I've learned, and I'm gonna teach. I'm gonna spread it to other people. This is a very social card. Very, very social. Very talking to other people, networking, public speaking kind of thing. If that's something you're considering. Ooh. The lights just changed. Maybe it is public speaking. But there is an aspect of helping people. The knowledge that you've gained from the past can be used to help you in the future. Instead of fearing the past and that it's going to repeat itself, learn from it and use that knowledge to propel you forward. Boom! That's some powerful stuff. Ooh. You're also going to gain a great sense of inner peace. If that fear isn't running rampant, if you're not even focused on it, you're focused on the adventure, you're focused on, I may not know where I'm going, but I don't need to. I'm going on this journey. This is what I'm passionate about. If I'm lined up with myself and doing what I'm absolutely in love with, what just fires me up and makes me smile and I can't help but be engaged in loving it, the rest will follow. But you have to stay focused. Your key is focus. To not focus on repeating of the past. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, look at this. No way. This is your sacral chakra. Passion. And then this card also has to do with giving your passion to other people. Whether it's through service, like a volunteer thing. But you do it because you love it. You engage with other people because that is your passion. Don't let other people tell you what your passion is. You know, in this card, she's like a princess or queen or something like that. And her passion is helping other people. She's, you know, reading to the elderly and spending time with them and showing that she cares. If I remember correctly, the description in the book describes this as a situation where her family, her royal family, doesn't want her to do this. Doesn't want her spending time with commoners or sick people or whatever. They think she's better than that. But she does it anyway because it's her passion. She doesn't listen to them. So if your direction may be causing actually a little bit of family strife, but I wouldn't worry about it because you can't be responsible for their fear and how they feel about particular situations. You can only focus on your own passion and what is right for you. Which, ooh, bam, helping people, connecting with people, other people. There's a way about you that is engaging, and you have something to share with people. That even almost looks a little bit like public speaking, doesn't it? If there were a podium there, like the podium, he's sitting in the audience, she's spreading the knowledge that she has, with people who don't know, who don't have it. She's just sharing it because she wants to, because it's her passion, makes her feel good. Mysticism, third eye chakra, right? Yeah, third eye. There's an element of the unknown in this. There's fear because something is not known. I don't know if somebody's come back into your life. There's an element of another person coming into your life with this, and you don't know what they want. You don't know who they are. You don't know what they want. This is also about a situation coming into your life, and you don't know what it is. You don't know where it's going to go. But this is about trusting your instincts. Trust your passion. Go the direction. You can't listen to what other people think in this particular instance. Even in this one, both of them. This isn't about what other people think. Your path is about you, your gut, your instinct, your alignment with your higher self. Alignment, being able to see more clearly. Third eye. It's interesting. You're afraid. You don't know the way, how this is going to happen, how it's going to go. Or there's somebody that's come in that's maybe propelling you forward in this particular direction, and you don't trust them. The unknown is scaring you, and you're fearing the repeat of past, of trauma. Stuff is flaring up. However, to start 2020 with a bang, and man, you are. Look at that power, that personal power. You're going to be. Look at this. Don't they even look alike? They don't even look alike. You are the queen. You're the princess who has things to share with people that perhaps her family doesn't want her to share it with. But you've got to come to peace. There's peace, inner peace you need. It's not dependent on what friends and family say about what you need. Don't stop listening to them. This is about finding the stillness, finding it within yourself. Yoga, meditation, again, service. We've got several service cards in here. So there may be an aspect of this that you don't need to know where you're going, but perhaps there's some service opportunities that make you really, really happy and really fulfilled, that allow you to help and guide people. Try them out, whatever. It's not right, it's not right, move on, find something else. You don't need to know. Trust your instinct. Don't listen to anybody else. Trust your instinct. Ooh. Okay. In summary, 2020 is going to be a bang. You've got to redirect your focus into not focusing on the past and fearing the repeat of anything uncomfortable in the past. Because you are in a very different position. You're in a very strong position right now. And that past is simply you're going to let it disempower you. So, instead of viewing the past with fear and fearing it repeating, should you choose to look at the past, learn from it. You're not repeating it. You're not. I'm not seeing anything about that in these cards. I'm seeing you going in a new direction that is empowering. It's true to your passion, true to your purpose, and success at it. So, in order to grab this fantastic opportunity, which you don't know where it's going to go, you don't know how it's going to play out, but you don't need to. Follow your passion and the rest will follow. Enjoy the journey. You don't need to know where you're going. Enjoy the journey. And work on getting that inner stillness so you can hear yourself. You can hear your instincts. You can hear your intuition. You can hear your passion guiding you. Don't listen to other people. Listen to what you want inside. And it's going to bring you a good sense of peace. When you have this inner peace, nobody can shake you. When you are internally peaceful because you did the work that you needed to do to get rid of the fear, get rid of the anxiety, and find that inner peace. When somebody comes at you and says, "Why are you doing that? That's so stupid," you won't care. You will look at them and you will say, "Thank you for caring about me. How about those Cardinals?" I say that because I'm in St. Louis. Change the subject. I love you. Thank you for caring about me. Change it. Change the subject. But it won't bother you even if they do say something negative about it, because you know where you need to go. You will be feeling good. You will be being successful. Do not let the past hold you back. There is a new direction for you. 2020, new direction. Amazing energy, empowerment, leading, teaching, caring, serving, helping, using your experience to better the world. Amazing! Talk about a bang! Not only that, you're getting rid of fears of the past. You're learning from it. It's no longer something scary. You learned it. You're in a different position. You're a different person than you were when that past stuff happened. It's not repeating. Focus on your passion. Focus on the excitement. Do the effort to find the inner peace. Meditation, yoga, service, whatever works for you. Sit in nature. Inner stillness lets you hear that intuition that guides you through the unknown. You don't need to know. This much is clear. Just focus. Just focus on the direction you want to go. How you look, two travel cards. Maybe you may be traveling a little bit. 2 travel cards here. Traveling, maybe doing workshops or something where you're engaging with other people. You're a very engaging person. Don't go into the past. Any ways that you've messed up, it's simply going to disempower you. And you are actually a person of power. The good kind, not like I'm going to diminish other people to gain my own power. It's I'm going to use my power to help and get other people to feel just as great as I do. I love it. Oh my gosh, deck number 2, whomever you are, you're one cool person. This is right up my alley. I love it. So grab that energy. Go in 2020 with a bang, you know, lined up with yourself, inner peace, listening to your instincts, just this amazing, self-contained passion ball. That was not as articulate as I thought it would be. Focus on the passion. You won't have anything to fear. You're going to see. If you're not already seeing, let the fear go. Because you don't have anything to fear. Wow. Don't have anything to fear but fear itself. So learn from it. Use it to better you. Just like in the chariot. Use it to make you stronger. Use it to get you focused. I learned this. It's not happening again. But I learned this lesson, and now, when I move forward, I want to do things this way. And I'm going to. Because now I have the skills, and I've got the willpower, and I've got the focus, and I've got the direction, and I've got the peace. And all of these things that people are shouting at me about me being stupid, it's just bouncing right off of me. Because I can feel my passion. I can feel my direction. Don't know how it's going to play out. Don't need to know. As long as I'm following that higher self-aligned true passion, I don't need to know where I go. It's going to be a fun, amazing adventure. And how it plays out will be just how it's naturally supposed to play out. Ooh, you're going to have a really cool year. Just please stay focused on your passion. Please stay focused on hearing yourself, finding that inner stillness, finding that inner peace. Because if you do, 2020 is really going to be an unbelievable year for you. It's just whether or not you choose to focus on the fear of the past, which turns you upside down and gets you focused on the wrong stuff, or if you learn from it and choose to go in a more empowered direction, because it's not going to repeat as long as you focus on where you want to go. But you're awesome. Boom! I love it. 2020 is going to be so good for you. Anyway, deck number 2, thank you for watching. I hope you liked the reading. Please let me know in the comments below. Helps me know I'm doing a good job as a reader, helps boost my channel. And thank you for watching. We're going to move on to deck number 3. Deck number 3, this dark polished amethyst stone. This will be the reading for you on how to start 2020 off with a bang. So let's see the energy of what's going on here. Ooh. Both of these cards have to do with being able to figure out the right way. We have enchantment and discernment. This is kind of like the 3 monkeys: hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. Yeah, kind of thing. And enchantment. It's about mermaids. So, there's something being offered to you, or some kind of mind frame that you are in, that you're going to have to take the time to figure out whether or not it's good for you. Because, oh man, mermaids enchant. They enchant those sailors. Enchantment can motivate you. It can inspire you. If you're enchanted by your passion, and you can't stop paying attention to it, and you use it to build something new and go in a new direction, great. But enchantment can also lead you under, illusion and not clearly understanding something to these rocky shores where you suddenly realize, the mermaid's dragging you down and killing you, kind of thing. No, you're not going to die. It's just an example. Because that's what the mermaids do. So there's an element here of you need to discern whether or not you're under the spell. Is it a good spell? Is it a bad spell? Because in this card, it's difficult to know. The mermaids are very good at seducing. You don't know what the truth is. It's very hard to see in this. You really have to be lined up with yourself to know the direction, to be able to know whether or not this enchantment is for good or for bad. Discernment, an additional layer of this, is that there's an opportunity. There's something out there for you that is an amazing direction, like a fairy tale. It feels unreal. But your regular senses aren't going to get you there. They aren't going to help you see it. You know, the crows are kind of like the divine message, the higher understanding, maybe even seeing things with a third eye kind of thing. There's a spiritual element to this card. So perhaps using your regular senses isn't going to work. You're going to need to use your intuition or a higher sense to be able to figure out which way you need to go, which way is best for you. Now, both of these cards have an element of there being a way that is pure freaking magic for you. It opens up the world. It's everything that you dreamed of. But both of them also say, if you're not using your own internal guidance, if you're not really seeking the truth of the situation in an intuitive and a spiritual and a very deeper way to find the truth of it, you could end up on these rocks, crashing on these rocks, and choosing a different way, or maybe mishandling the situation as a result of the lack of insight. Wow. There's a lot about disconnection from self in this. A lot about disconnection from self. Got two cards here. The Magician reversed and the Lovers reversed. Both of these indicate disalignment with self. Not believing you can do it, or perhaps this is false confidence, but or you're wanting somebody to help you with something because you don't think that you can do it. You know, you've got an aspect here of either not receiving the help that you want, or a relationship where somebody takes, where one person's the taker and the other's the giver, but it doesn't ever switch. It is likely, though you may not be aware of this, due to your disalignment in the cards that I'm seeing here, you may be the taker. Just be aware of that in your interactions with other people. Because I'm seeing, I mean, this is a lack of confidence, a lack of belief in yourself and your ability to get things done. And yet you're seeking, you want to be the one that get things done, but you're either not doing it or you don't believe in yourself. So there's an element of you wanting people to recognize you when you aren't following through on the thing you want to be recognized for. And there, you know, you're so separated from yourself that you're more focused on receiving that recognition instead of understanding that you didn't actually follow through with what you want the recognition for. You didn't succeed. You know? You didn't succeed. There's a loss. There's sadness here. This feels a lot like self-confidence, personal alignment. This could have even been a relationship that you were in. And again, keep in mind, the energies can be vice versa in a reading where there's another person in there. Perhaps this could indicate what has gone on with them. I want to pull one more card. There's hesitation. A situation has not moved forward. You wanted it to, but you hesitated. Either that or you were reckless. Either one of these. Wasn't the right time. Timing wasn't right. I think a lot of this has to do with you getting to know you. Most of this is not, this is all an internal thing. And it's very, very interesting. I think what the situation is here, this alluring, enchanting situation, is more of a mindset, actually. It's the mindset, it's an alluring mindset. It's easy to fall into these old habits of placing your happiness in somebody else's hands. It's tempting, it's alluring, takes responsibility off of you. And every time you do that, you crash into the rocks. There's a higher understanding of yourself that needs to happen here. Because you're focused on everything that you've lost. There's a element of loss here, focused on the lack, focused on sadness, focused on the way that other people aren't meeting up to your expectations, how they aren't fulfilling your happiness. You know, you're not in alignment. You're not feeling good about yourself. This makes me a little bit sad inside. Because I feel this 2020, start 2020 with a bang. You got to get to know you. Line up with yourself. Get your focus off of other people. Because you're separated from yourself. And as a result, you don't feel good in the inside. You don't have the confidence perhaps that you used to. And you're seeking that validation from other people. You're putting your happiness, your success, your validation, your sense of worth, your ability to function in the hands of other people because you don't feel, you're not lined up with yourself, and there's an aspect of you that feels like, well, I can't do that. You know? So you have to do it for me. And you end up taking more than you're giving. You're also robbing yourself when you do this. I want you to know that. What I'm seeing here is that you're missing out. There's parts of yourself, there's parts of life that you are missing out on. You're not engaged in the way that life could be. There's no faith, there's no belief in yourself. And as a result, you are responding to your circumstances and you're expecting other people to fix it, to fix the whole. But they can't. They never can. That is 100% your responsibility. There is some hardcore self-awareness that needs to happen here. A lot of people don't like to look at themselves. You know, we can even go to this, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. They don't want, their self-confidence is so fragile that they're not able to look at themselves and say, I don't like that I did that, I want to be a better person. Instead, because they can't handle that, they think that that means there's something wrong with them instead of viewing it as, wow, I just want something different and I'm going to make the changes so that I'm more me. I'm a better version of me and I feel better in my own skin. They hide. You know, we can't talk about it. I'm going to act like it's not there and don't tell me or I'm going to flip my shit. Denial. Still though, as rough of a place as you're in, and let me tell you, it's rough when you're this disconnected from yourself. This is a painful place to be in. And the disappointment when you expect others to fix the whole and it's impossible for them to, you know, there's a lot of sadness in people letting you down. You still feel let down by them. I'm not saying that they were able to do any of it anyway, because your happiness is your own responsibility. But still, that feeling of being let down by somebody is such an icky feeling. Enchantment. It's like you're enchanting yourself. You know? You'd rather keep the image that you're this big, not big, but you're this beautiful mermaid. that should be lavished with attention because she's magical and wonderful, instead of facing the inside of what you really are. You don't have to feel this way. That's the beauty of this. And by the way, we all do self-improvement. There are aspects of me that I know are there. They're not my favorite, and I work to make them better. But when I look at them, I don't view them as me being less than. I'm not less than. Our entire existence is here to learn and grow and develop. So if you're like, oh crap, you know, I did that and you really have to be able to look at yourself. I feel defensiveness here. There's a lot of insecurity. The only way that that gets fixed is by you loving you, you knowing you, and you have to look. Moving into 2020, your life will change for you if you start taking responsibility for yourself. Otherwise, you're going to go through life being a victim and you're going to crash on the rocks all the time. Because your unhappiness will always be the result of somebody else's malfunction, instead of taking charge of your own happiness. This is really rough, though. I gotta say, there is an element, perhaps there's a spirituality element that needs to be developed for you. Because this sounds so harsh, but from what I'm seeing in the cards at this moment, you're very self-absorbed. Or this partner, that energy that may be in here, is being very self-absorbed. But I feel like this is really, really about you. And it doesn't have to be this rough, though. You know, you've got some really cool cards in here that if you just took the time to get to know yourself, you could be a really amazing person. Really, you know, it's like these want to flip upright. They're not right now because you're not connected to yourself, but who you really are is a maker of worlds. There's something magical in you. The mermaid is magical. But the mermaid is either going to lead people to the rocks and destruction, which I feel like has been your habit, or the mermaid is somebody who encourages people to go for their full potential, instead of dragging them down to the deep depths of the ocean. Dragging people down to the deep depths of the ocean, encouraging people to reach their full potential. I know I've been harsh on you. You have magic inside of you. I'm not kidding. I'm seeing it in these cards. That's why this message is coming to you. Because if you connect with your higher self, 2020, you won't even believe what you can do, what you can make. Alignment with yourself. You know, when this is upright, this is manifesting your dreams, having a higher knowledge and bringing it down to the world. Divinely guided. You may have guides that are trying to get to you, but you don't want to listen because you think you know it. You think you know what to do, but it clearly isn't working for you because you're not happy. So time to make an adjustment. Look, there's magic in you. Are you using that magic for the right thing? I don't think you are right now, but you could. Gosh. I'm really sad to see this because there is some power in you. There's some magic. And you've lost that connection with yourself. And as a result, that power and that magic is going to creating all the things you don't want. It does not have to be that way, though. Ooh. Interesting. Let's see. Let me sit with this for a second. Okay. There is, as mentioned before, there is a little bit of a dependency on other people for your happiness. If you take some time to yourself, this is isolation, this is the throat chakra. If you take some time, not isolation, we're talking solitude. There is a difference. Solitude is what you do where you spend time by yourself to learn more, to self-reflect, but you're not completely shut out from the world. But solitude is necessary. It's not isolation though, there's a difference. But I think some solitude. Get away from the other people. Stop dating. Just stop. It's going to be too tempting to have that person's energy or to fall into the trap of having that person be responsible for your happiness. Spend some time alone. Learn about you. It's like you're the suit. It's in the closet. You've got this dapper, amazing, sophisticated, knowledgeable, amazing part of you that you've just stuck in the closet. And you need to reconnect to it. If you do this, if you choose to take the journey of getting to know yourself, of taking charge of your happiness, of not putting your happiness in other people's hands, that your love for them is no longer conditional on whether or not they are responsible for your happiness. Look at this. Solar plexus. Prayer. The tagline of this card is your prayers are answered. Everything you want happens. If you quit expecting other people to give you what you want. Basically, the what you want, the way your prayers get answered, may not be the way that you think it is. You know, start, if you are into prayer or, you know, segment intending or setting intentions, law of attraction stuff, start focusing on qualities of a situation. Instead of saying, I want the perfect partner, and it's going to be Bobby, and Bobby is me, is for me. Don't focus on the person, focus on the qualities. I want somebody who's kind and compassionate and who calls me out on my bullshit, but in a nice way, because if they are aggressive about it, I'm not going to hear it. You know, qualities. I, want a career that allows me to express my passion. Instead of I want this job, this one job at this one place. God, give me the one job at the place. Because that may not make you happy. You don't know what's going to happen. So if you focus on the qualities, what happens is going to be the right thing. The universe, God, whatever you believe in, will deliver the right thing. You don't need to worry. But you've got to be able to hear yourself. There's a higher, look at this, higher knowledge component in all of this. Oops. Higher understanding beyond just what you pick up with your senses. There's a spirituality component that needs to be developed in you. But the world, look at this. This energy, this is like a master manifester. This is the manifestation card. I'm telling you. Please, for the love of God, I'm begging you. Line up with yourself. Take charge of your own happiness. Because if you do, you are a master manifester. Right now, you're master manifesting dysfunction. Because you're too sensitive to look at yourself. And you're expecting other people to make you happy. And you're just manifesting dysfunction over and over and over again. Change that focus. Line up with yourself. Give yourself what you need. Have the true, confidence in yourself so you're no longer shaken by other people. You know, then you can go on a date and the guy is 10 minutes late and you don't flip out because it doesn't matter because you're there with you and maybe you went and got a drink at the bar and you talked to somebody and you're going to have a good time no matter what. You didn't take it personally and it wasn't a reflection of your self-worth and your happiness wasn't dependent on whether or not somebody showed up because you know how to do it. Oh my Lord. I am telling you, this is not going to be easy. You've got a lot of old habits to break out of. But if you do it, disenchantment, you become the mermaid for yourself and for other people that taps into their full potential. You tap into your own potential. As a result, you're able to help other people reach their full potential. And it is a beautiful enchantment instead of continuously crashing on the rocks. This magic you have within you needs to be redirected. And the reason it needs to be redirected is because you don't understand it. You don't understand yourself. And you think you do, but there is a higher understanding that is lacking. Once you get it, once you line up with who you are, get involved in some spiritual stuff or whatever helps you tap into your alignment with yourself. And if you don't know what that means, just Google it. Google, how do I align with my higher self? There's tons of resources out there. Work on that. Spend the time, work by yourself, working on yourself, getting yourself solid with you, and magic happens. You're no longer in this mess that you keep creating. You don't have to do it anymore. Because this sad loss feeling, this is all 100% on you. And you have the ability for it not to be this way. But you're too scared to look. You're too scared to do the self-reflection, to dig deep, to get to know yourself on a deeper level. Because you're scared of what you might find. When, believe it or not, if you actually do it, and you do it right, you're going to find that you're made of magic. I'm telling you. You just have been focused on the wrong stuff. You've been misguided or something like that. And you're really going to be amazed at yourself. I'm telling you, magic lives within you. You use it already, but you're using it for the wrong stuff. You're creating chaos instead of order. You know, you're hurting yourself. You're hurting others. It doesn't have to be this way. I'm telling you, you look inside, you're going to find magic. I see magic here. You don't, but I do. And once you refocus that, 2020, let me tell you, your prayers are answered. Bang! Plus, can you imagine, I bet the people in your world would not even know what to do if you really got to know you. And you know, you'd be able to have deeper relationships with other people because you would no longer be placing the demand of your happiness on them. They get to relax. They get to enjoy you, for your magic. Love your magic. You'll love your magic. Lots of love going around. All you gotta do is look inside and really learn to align with yourself and tap into the magic within. I feel like I've been harsh, and so I'm going to reiterate it again. There's magic in you. Stop running. Do what you need to do. Get in touch with yourself. Stop running. Stop running. And then you will no longer be doing things that hurt you. Uh-oh, my candle went out. You will no longer be doing things that are hurting you and hurting other people. You get to be the magical enchantress. Oh, people are going to be drawn to your light. I'm sure they already are, but now they're crashing in the rocks. You're going to change that, though. You're going to change that narrative. And oh my gosh, I'm not kidding. Everything you want falls in your lap. So get over it. Get over your insecurities. Everybody has them. If you self-reflect and you see something you don't like, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It means it's time to grow and that you're going to become a stronger, better, unique version of you. It all depends on how you look at it. Are you sad about everything? Or you feel super empowered and your prayers get answered? Best of luck to you. Seriously. Do this. Your life will change. Everything is going to change for the better. Your prayers will be answered. Yes. Thank you for watching. This concludes the reading for, what deck am I on? Deck number 3. If you like the reading, let me know. Please comment below. And like, subscribe, share the video. And thank you for watching. Really, seriously, you are made of magic. It's time to tap into that. Quit messing around. Tap into yourself. Okay, I'm done. Gonna move on to deck number 4. If you chose deck number 4, this polished amethyst stone, this will be the reading for you about how to start 2020 off with a bang. Sorry, my candle went out in the last reading, so you guys aren't getting the glowing candle. I'm sorry. Please don't feel prejudiced against. I'm just gonna keep going while I'm in the zone and give you your reading, so I'm not gonna light another one. Let's see what is going on. Whoa. Transition. Something is ending and something is beginning. Things that no longer serve you. It's time to end that. Let them go. This is about letting go. Are you holding on to something from that isn't doing you any good? A perspective, a belief system, an opportunity, a job, a person, a habit, something that needs to end. There's transition. If you let go of the things that no longer serve you and allow the new opportunities to come into you. 2020, big bang. Lots of new. Sanctuary. This is about finding, if you don't already know, find that place that you basically like. It's like your oasis. An oasis can take many different forms. It could be a safe, actual location. It could be meditation, or a belief system that you find safety in. It makes you feel safe and secure. But this is a little more of a solitary thing. Like, this isn't, I'm going to go do a group thing. It's more your own individual, thing that you do that is your sanctuary. Like, for me, my apartment, my home is my sanctuary. It's where I relax. I basically, rejuvenate myself in the solitude of being in my home by myself, and its energy that rejuvenates me. And that would be my sanctuary. For others, maybe it's a type of meditation or prayer. Maybe they find sanctuary in doing yoga. Maybe they find sanctuary in the zone they get into when they're doing art or sports or music, something like that. So if you don't know it, if you know what your sanctuary is, this is advising you to spend some more time in it, really get yourself grounded and rejuvenated in that space of sanctuary. If you don't know what it is, this is telling you it's time to find it and figure out what your own personal individual sanctuary is. That place of rejuvenation. I also suspect that things are changing. That once you let go of the things that no longer serve you anymore, the toxic stuff that's hurting you, your life is probably going to seem more like a sanctuary, because that stuff isn't going to be there anymore, stressing you out. Therefore, life becomes a lot more peaceful, a lot calmer, becomes rejuvenating in itself, because you don't have all those toxic things anymore. Let's see what else is going on. There is some dissatisfaction going on here. There's a situation that I suspect you're probably pretty impatient, angry. This is kind of like super attack. Like, I'm going to attack you first so that nothing hurts me. Almost a reckless element to it, too much. You know, you're going after a situation because you're seeking justice, you're seeking fairness, you're seeking a balanced outcome. Actually, with that Knight of Swords reversed, I don't think you're seeking a balanced outcome. What's going to happen is a balanced outcome, but what you want is literally justice. There could be legal problems here. You know, perhaps you are viciously going after something, going after a situation, and the law is involved in some way. There's anger, lots and lots of anger, and wanting justice served. This is man's justice, though. Keep that in mind. You're looking for a punishment to be doled out. How do I know this? Because you are looking for answers externally. You're looking for peace. You're looking for, if this is a legal thing, you're looking for the judgment you want to give you solace, and it won't. You think it's going to, but it's not. Whatever situation you are seeking justice for, it is time to let it go. Because right now, the situation, if legal stuff is involved, I think for some of you, legal things may be involved. Others of you, this is just a situation in which you are seeking either a fair and balanced resolution, or you do want some kind of justice where you want, you want what's due to what you think is due to you, because there's anger and there's this external pressure of your the knowledge, the answers coming from an outside source, and it isn't gonna make you feel better if you get it. That's why you gotta let it go. You think it's going to, but it doesn't. You know, this is not peace. This is not inner peace. This is not fun. This is finding the light in the dark. This is, just staying in the dark and expecting a light to come to you without doing the inner work. You're expecting external things to fix the situation, when whatever discomfort you're feeling, the anger you're feeling, the outrage you're feeling, that's on you to fix in the inside. That's what this is telling me. There's a lack of completion, lack of closure. Perhaps you're seeking these answers because there's a lack of closure in a particular situation. The closure might be because if you're having legal stuff, there hasn't been a ruling, maybe not everything's come out. Court takes time. If this is not court related, there's still a lack of closure in a particular situation, and that's making you kooky. I've known people who get absolutely out of their mind because somebody won't give them closure. Like you date somebody and they just disappear and you don't know why, and they lose their mind. Why didn't that person tell me? Why? Closure doesn't come from another person. It doesn't come outside of you. It's something that you achieve inside on your own. It's not dependent on what somebody else chooses to give you. Now, if somebody's kind enough to give you a call and say, look, it just didn't work for me. I'm not feeling the vibe. I didn't want to waste my time. I probably should have called you and let you know that I was going to stand you up, but I didn't. I'm sorry about that. That speeds up the closure process. But a lot of times, you aren't owed closure by anybody. It's nice if they do, but they don't have to give it to you. So you have to take responsibility for your own need for closure. So this is like you don't feel whole. Your sense of well-being and your sense of wholeness has become dependent on the resolution of this situation instead of you taking charge and owning that yourself. You are all out of whack. And you're thinking that this resolution is going to make you feel whole. It's going to make you feel complete. It's going to give you closure. And it's not. Sanctuary is what will. Finding that place of sanctuary where you feel safe is going to help you rejuvenate, help you find your own closure. And this situation, whether it's court or it's a situation where you are seeking some form of justice, some form of, it's not fair and I want it to be, so let's make this fair. You have to give me this or something like that. Let it go. Let it go. You're going after that situation from a place of seeking external things to fix the disharmony within you, and it can't. Nothing outside of yourself can fix it. So it is a battle that it's time to let it go. Move on. Let it go. You know, if you're in a job and you think there's something's going on and it's just not fair, and you want it to be rebalanced, you want your side to be known, you want them to see your perspective, let it go. Let it go. Because though you may want this justice, I really see, I don't see it happening here. I see this whole thing exhausting you. It's dragging you down. It's making you kooky. You've started to depend on this outcome, this answer, this resolution for your own wholeness, your own completeness, and it's making you wacky. It's making you go after the situation like a kooky. You're being kooky. Once you let this go, it's interesting. I suspect with Sanctuary combined with the Ace of Wands here, I bet you're worn out. And you have worn yourself out. If you let it go and you find your sanctuary, you find the place that makes you feel safe, or the thing, or the concept, or whatever it is that provides you the stability and the ability to rejuvenate yourself, suddenly you've got more energy. Suddenly you've got like an aha moment. Your focus gets redirected onto something new, something productive, something creative, something passionate, something inspiring. And suddenly you feel better. Because instead of beating a dead horse and expecting this particular situation to make you feel better, you start to take charge of it for yourself, and you do. You feel better. You're re-inspired, reinvigorated. Let it go. And a new start, a new, better, evolved opportunity is opening up for you. Creative, inspired, spiritual, enlivened, more energy, fired up, all of those things. That's available to you if you let this go. Let this situation go. It's just dragging you down and it's making you crazy. Part of this tradition, this transition has to do with how you're handling this. There's an element of forgiveness that needs to happen. And I think a lot of this has to do with forgiving you. Part of the reason you're so kooky is because of the role you played in this situation. And so in a way you want it rectified because that helps you forgive yourself for whatever role you played in it. Nobody's perfect. Doesn't mean that you were terrible or that you did something bad, but perhaps there's an aspect of yourself that needs to be forgiven. Maybe you went into an old pattern. Maybe, you engaged in an unhealthy behavior that ended up hurting you, and you need to forgive yourself for this. Forgiveness here is very, very important. I think part of this transition, the sanctuary, forgiveness, being with yourself, because I think how you've been handling this situation is that you've been talking a lot. Gossip. Oh, by the way, this is the third eye chakra. In case you wanted to know, this is the heart chakra. And perhaps the heart chakra is not functioning quite correctly. This is Is there judgment here? You know, are you judging a situation, judging somebody, and feeling that your judgment is the end all be all. It's the truth. When in reality, you don't know that. What is truth, honestly? Everybody's truth is different. It's subjective. You can say that, oh no, facts are facts, but still, subjective. Truth is subjective. In the eye of the beholder. You know? Gossip. I suspect you're talking about this a lot to people. Perhaps you're overburdening people with this. It's not totally the meaning of this card, but in a way, I think you're venting your anger, your intensity towards this particular situation, maybe exhausting those around you. That is something that's got to stop, because not only are you expecting this situation to fix things, you keep bitching to people and expecting them to make you feel better as well. It's all on you to feel better. There was something else that came to mind with this card while I was talking. Let me look at it for a second. Whatever's happened with the situation, blabbing it to everybody, and forgiveness is in order. There's that going on. Let it go. You know? It's almost like you want everybody to be on your side. Who cares? Yes, I guess the validation feels nice, but it has nothing to do with them. It has to do with you. And you keep looking for this sense of fullness, of fulfillment, this sense of justice, of alignment, of harmony, of completeness. You keep putting that outward. The trick here to start 2020 with a bang, let it all go. Let it go. You're going to be amazed. You will be amazed at the energy transformation that happens for you. You'll take a new direction, you know? Let it go. If this is a position that's got you all fired up like this, you know, find a new one. You know, tell them, I thank you for the opportunity. I really loved being here. It's just time for me to move on. Thank you. Love you. Bye. The end. Forgive. Forgiveness is in order of yourself, of other people. This is you are hell-bent on telling everybody about it. But whatever this situation is very much about you individually. It's not really something that should be shared because nobody can help you with it. It's a journey you have to take on your own to find your own security and stop expecting something external to fix it for you. Not fix it, but because this is so internal. All of this stuff is internal. You know, the judging, the seeking justice, the anger, the crazy thoughts, the attacking a particular situation, the expecting outside things to bring you the solution that makes you feel whole again, all within you. All of this has to do within you. And it's time to stop. One, this pattern of seeking the answers externally and start learning to listen to yourself. It's time to forgive. You know, you keep talking about it and you're giving the situation more power. You're encouraging your discomfort instead of operating from the heart. Kindness, compassion, forgiveness. Forgive yourself, forgive others. You don't know what's going on in their life. You have no idea what happened. And yes, the situation may have hurt you, but let it go. You know, maybe that means walking away. Maybe that means just an internal fix. But you need to do what you need to do to get into a position of sanctuary where it's calm, it's peaceful, it's rejuvenating. Because there is in 2020, there is a new direction for you to go. That's freaking amazing. It's exciting. Passion. This is lined up with you. By letting this go, you end up opening yourself up to your own dreams and to being able to follow them and having the energy to follow them. Right now, if you continue obsessing over the situation, it's just going to continue to exhaust you. You're going to get more and more angry because there's nothing that this situation can do that's going to make you feel complete. Your sense of closure, resolution, feeling complete is all internal. It's all on you to give yourself that. If somebody else comes along and helps with it, that's great. But if they don't, if they do or they don't, it doesn't matter. It's still 100% your responsibility. There's a little bit of disconnection here. Not listening to yourself, not listening to your intuition, not connected to the higher version of you. You're just expecting the outside world to give you the answers. When you have them, you just don't realize it. Perhaps you're seeking answer. I mean, if somebody's wronged you, maybe you feel that you are owed a particular answer, and you're not. So let it go. Find the answer for you. Find the truth for you. Find the safety and the security for you. This is all about letting go of a toxic situation that you are also having a toxic response to, letting it go. And start taking care of yourself. Give yourself some compassion. Give yourself some stability and security. Allow yourself to be rejuvenated by yourself. You rejuvenate yourself. And then you get a new start. 2020. Fiery, passionate, soulful, exciting. This is like the aha moment. Oh my God, there it is. That's where I need to go. And then you're so excited. Boom. This is a boom. Start 2020 with a bang. You're going to start 2020 with a bang. If you let go of the situation, really start working on your own healing, forgiveness, those kind of things. Oh man, there is a lot of potential for you in 2020. If you keep holding on to this, you're just going to wear yourself out. You're going to continue in this toxic cycle in a situation that's bringing the worst out in you. You know, regain your sense of center. Get out of it. Just let it go. You know, the justice will be in that you've let it go, that it doesn't affect you anymore. If you let the situation continue to affect you, it has power over you. They're winning. That's what I don't think you see. You think that you're obsessing over it, this I'm gonna fight it, I'm gonna go after it, it's super, super hardcore, and I'm gonna win. They've won. They've got your attention. All your focus is on there. You're exhausting yourself doing it. They win. They've got you. If you forgive, you're set free. They no longer have power over you and your life moving forward, which allows you to do you and enter into a new phase that is super cool and passionate and exciting. You're going to be thrilled about it. You're going to be so happy, and you won't even think of this situation anymore because you're going to be so focused on all of these exciting things that are coming your way. That's justice, let me tell you. To be happy and free and passionate and excited and, you know, growing into a new opportunity and evolving, and that's justice. Nobody can take that away from you. It's beautiful. It's beautiful and an empowering thing. But you've got to take the steps to align with yourself and get yourself there. Find the peace, find the sanctuary, find the place you can be rejuvenated. Do the work you need to do. Let go of this situation. Because you have an unhealthy attachment to it. The reason you're so focused on it is because you are seeking comfort, you're seeking resolution, you're seeking information from it that you should be giving to yourself, not that situation giving to you. And you can let it go. And you can find those answers for yourself. Forgive, let go, and boom, 2020. It's going to be a blast then. It's going to be amazing. Oh my gosh. I really, 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 really hope you do this. This is amazing. If you can let it go, so much is opening up for you. It will be the start. 2020 is going to be the start of this amazing adventure. This just creative, passionate, soulful pursuit. Aha! I know now, because I'm no longer obsessing over toxic things. I can hear the answers. I can hear where I need to go. And now I'm so excited. Every day I wake up and I am so excited, instead of waking up every day so excited to destroy another person because they did me wrong. Let it go. Let it go. Good luck to you. Please let me know how the reading resonates with you in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and share the video if you would like. This concludes the reading for Deck 4. Good luck in 2020. You could have an amazing year. Thank you for watching.